This is Ezekiel Drews, host of Podcast, A Star Wars Story. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
This is Rachel Mullins, host of #NoFilterFriday here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my new show, #NoFilterFriday, where we talk about all of the sexual misconduct allegations swirling around Hollywood. A new show drops every Friday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of #NoFilterFriday. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Like you just aren't enough, like you aren't liked, that maybe you aren't capable of doing what you want to do in life. A lot of us have a lot of insecurities in our life that keep us from doing great things. A lot of us have things that happen in our life that they're the insecurities that keep us bound. They are really just lies from the devil, and even though they're not real, they tend to have this great power over us. And today I want to talk to you about how to overcome those insecurities in your life so that you can live the best life possible. Good morning. Welcome to Choose to Rise right here on Public House Media. I am so glad that you're with me here today. Welcome to the live video for those of you that are joining us. And you may be noticing something a little different with some new headphones today, but hopefully if you're in the podcast version, you can hear me a little bit better. And I wanted to share with you today, first and foremost, thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for the Good God Company for sponsoring us. I really appreciate their support, and I hope that you go forward and support them as well. But I want to share with you a little bit today about overcoming insecurities. We all have them. They all hold us back. They are all things that keep us from doing the things that we want to do in our life. And, it really depends on who you are and what culture you're in and how old you are, but everyone has a varying degree of insecurities in their life. Whether, regardless of our age, our culture, our friend group, our occupation, they're all standards. The things that are really the most common things, I guess, that hold everyone back are things about losing weight, being popular, gaining success, fitting in. Everybody wants to do those things, but they're not always sure on how to do them or if they're capable of doing those things. So we think we need to do these things to get people to like us, but in reality, most people like or dislike us based on our character. Are we kind? Are we authentic? Do we reach out to others? Are we dependable? Are we honest? Are we unselfish? Those are the characteristics that you should really be focusing on to worry about if other people like you. And in fact, who cares if other people like you? If you like yourself and God likes who you are, that's all that matters, right? So today I want to help you debunk some of these insecurities, get rid of some of them in your life so that you can go farther with who you are. It really helps to be able to talk it out, to express those fears outside of your own body and make sure that release them, get rid of them. So if you're really worried about being perfect, just remember that Jesus was perfect and not everyone liked him. So no matter how perfect we are, there are just a few things that we'll need to do in order to kind of get rid of some of those insecurities. And I want to give you 8 little tips today to help you get over them. So one of the first things that you can do to overcome insecurity is to believe this truth. Most people don't care if you are successful, skinny, popular. They'll love you no matter who you are, what you're doing, how things are going. If they're your real friends, it doesn't matter any of those things. In fact, sometimes people will be more likely to dislike us if we're successful, skinny, or popular, because then they're just jealousy comes into play. And that's not a good thing either. So no matter what happens, no matter who you are or what you're doing, there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you. And that's okay. The only person that you really need to worry about liking you is yourself. The more we can focus on that, the more we can not really care about what other people think and not get into the comparison game either. The second thing is to think the best of people. Oftentimes we let our mind, we let our human nature take us into a place where we are comparing ourselves, or that we think negatively because we think they're thinking bad things about us. Well, who cares what they're thinking, first of all? But second of all, maybe they're probably not even thinking about you. They're probably not even thinking those bad thoughts. So we manifest negative energy in ourselves by thinking they're thinking bad thoughts. How crazy is that? People that believe they are mature enough to love you no matter what, unless they specifically tell you otherwise. Don't assume that people don't like you. Don't assume that people disrespect you. Don't assume anything negative in your life, because assuming, you know what that stands for. So make sure that you are focusing on the positive things in life. That will only help you manifest more positive things into your world. Number 3, recognize sin. If they do tell you that they only love you because of X, Y, or Z, then recognize that they're sinning and making a decision on not to cater to their sin, but trying to live up to their own standards. While you're doing that, don't forget to love them and give them grace. All of us have weaknesses. Everyone has weaknesses. And to be critical of somebody else's weaknesses or to condemn their spirit because of another weakness, that just only makes a negative situation for everyone involved. So don't take it personally, because their condemnation is more about them than it is about you. One of my favorite books of all times is You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. And she talks in there a lot about self-love, a lot about self-worthiness, and about not really giving two hoots about what other people think. And if what they think about you is more about them than it is really about you. Because everyone's bringing their own experiences to the situation. Everyone's bringing their own thoughts and perceptions to the situation. And even if you had an accident happen, a fender bender, let's say in the middle of the street corner, and you have somebody on all sides, even people standing right next to each other, everyone's going to have their own account to it, because they're going to bring their own thoughts, their own experiences, their own emotions to the scenario, and they're all going to see things differently. So recognizing that somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's opinions, somebody else's worry or judgment on you is not really about you. It's all about them. So let go of what they think and really only focus on what you think and what your God thinks of you. That's the most important parts. Number 4, stop looking for signs that people love you. If we feel like we need to be successful for other people, if we feel like we need to look for love in other people, we're going to be turned off to a lot of things in our life. If we're measuring our success based on their love for us, we're going to be falling short all the time. We may jump on the scale, look at Facebook likes, or keep asking them if they really love us. But, those behaviors, we're just feeding our obsession. We'll never find what we're really looking for, because we're always going to be basing it on what other people think. You need to love yourself first. Show yourself the love that you want or need. And then what happens on the inside will reflect on the outside. And what you love yourself more, you can love other people more. Number 5, go to God for help when you start to feel fearful. 100%, this is the number one thing that you can do in your life to feel strong and to feel loved and feel worthy. If you are starting to feel fearful, the first thing you need to do is stop what you're doing, think about God, and use Him as your crutch. Go to Him about anything. He is your maker. He is your creator. He is your strength. He is your solitude. He will help you get through anything that you have in your life. My best strategy to feel when we feel unloved or that things are not going right is to go to Him for help. As we really learn to rely on Him to get our emotional needs met, we're going to go closer to Him. And when we get closer to Him, we feel more connected to life, and we don't feel the need to go to others for the emotional needs that are happening for us. So it doesn't mean that we can't work on relationships with people. That's for sure. We need to do that here on earth. But that doesn't mean that other people aren't going to hurt us either. It just means that when we come to the point where we don't need other people to act a certain way in order and for us to feel loved or worthy, because we're gaining our strength, gaining our love, gaining our worthiness from who we are, who God's made us to be, and, connecting to Him, because that's ultimately what it's all about. Number 6, see yourself as God sees you. God created you as this amazing, beautiful, perfect being. And we just have to figure out what that looks like and own the fact that we are those things. Sometimes it's not about others condemning us. It's about us condemning us, picking apart the perfect thing that God created. I don't like my hair. I don't like my eyes. I don't like my nose. I don't like my butt. Whatever it is that you're picking apart across to yourself, those are the things that God made you for a reason. He created you beautifully. But He also created you broken. He's wanting you to come to Him and find your strength in Him, and for you to rejuvenate your soul and your mind in Him and become the person that He's created us to be. He's hidden beautiful things inside of all of us, and it's our job to find them and go out and do them. Number 7, work on your character with God's help. Let's face it, we all need help in this area, me included. We all have things about us that are a little on the unlovable side. I get it, but we're not always easy to be around, and we don't always love well. We're all human, right? We all have choices to make. We all make decisions differently. We all, decide what's important to us. But God really wants us to work on the things that are not so much to be secure about things, but so we can love Him and others well. Security is a side of a benefit of growth. And as we become more like Jesus, we'll be easier to love because He's the ultimate love, right? Which is why, the changing in others will respond to us based on how we respond to ourselves. If we don't want to rest our security on how they respond to us, but it's still nice to have them respond well, right? You don't want to, we talked about earlier, we don't want to focus on everything that other people are doing or saying or thinking about us, because that's not where our real security should lie. It should be on what God wants us to be and love on. And if we can be more like Him, we can help others become positive, happy, healthy individuals as well. Number 8, the last one I got for you this morning, is focusing on loving others, not getting them to love you. The last step is just to focus on loving others. If you can love yourself, you can love other people. And finding, someone to care for, visiting a nursing home, bringing food to your neighbors, volunteering someplace, serving others lifts us up. And as we serve others, it helps not only for us to love ourselves, we get that feel-good feeling, but we also help other people love and be loved as well. So give back to others. Be appreciative of the things around you. Help others know that you are taking care of you and that you love on other people, and it will help them do that kind of pay it forward method where when you can be confident in who you are and love on other people, they get the vibe to love on other people, and it becomes this compound effect of loving everyone around you. So thanks so much for joining me this morning. If you're struggling insecurities, and most of us do, for sure, I hope that these 8 little tips or strategies help you overcome those insecurities today. And if you have other ideas, I'd love to help. I'd love to know, and I'd love to communicate with you about them. So drop them below this video if you've got other things that you're working on, if you've got other things that are helping you overcome your insecurities, other ways that are helping you dive into more scripture or becoming more confident in who you are. That's what we're about here at Choose to Rise. We want to help everyone be the best self possible, to rise up out of their current struggles and live their best life. So join me. Let's share this message with as many people as possible. I would really appreciate it, especially if you're listening on the podcast, if you were to screenshot this and share it on your Instagram, share it on your Facebook, share it with somebody else who needs to hear it. And let's spread the word of positivity and growth and love to other people. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and you come back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as I go live right here on Public House Media, and Tuesdays and Thursdays when I'm on my own channel, Choose to Rise. And I hope that you come back and that you're able to lift it up in your heart and mind and spirit every single day as you rise up out of your current struggles and live your best life. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again here on Public House Media on Friday. Talk to you later. Adios.